Hello, Scorpio. It's good to have you here today. As I look at your chart for the 13th of August, the first thing that stands out is the clarity beginning to break through for you. Recently, you may have felt like you were wading through fog, unsure whether to trust your instincts or wait for external confirmation. That period is coming to a close. Your intuition right now is not just a quiet background hum, it's the strongest signal in the room. Like a compass that has finally locked onto true north. This is not a time for second-guessing or questioning whether what you feel is real. It's a time to acknowledge that your inner knowing is as valid, if not more so, than any advice you could receive from the outside. This clarity doesn't just sharpen your thoughts, it brings your emotions into alignment with them. You are learning how to make decisions where your head and your heart are in conversation, not in conflict. That kind of harmony is rare. And it's the very thing that will help you stand your ground when others try to pull you in different directions. You may find that certain relationships begin to feel out of balance, especially with people whose actions don't match their words. This is where boundaries come in, not to shut people out, but to protect the space you've worked so hard to create for yourself. If you're single, I want you to pay attention to the subtle shifts around you this week. There's a possibility of a connection you weren't expecting, perhaps with someone you've known for a while but never considered in a romantic light. It could be a friend who suddenly reveals a deeper interest, or someone from your past who reappears in a new way. The important thing here is not to force the moment or overanalyze it. Let it unfold naturally. While keeping that same clarity and balance you've been building, trust that if this connection is meant to play a role in your life, it will align with the stability and self-respect you're cultivating right now. Scorpio, when we turn our attention to your work and financial landscape for this day, the same themes of clarity and momentum carry through, but here, they take on a more tangible, results-driven form. There's a shift happening in your professional environment that feels less like a sudden windfall and more like the natural flowering of seeds you've been planting for months, perhaps even years. You may notice that tasks which once felt heavy or stalled are now moving forward with ease, and that opportunities you've been waiting for are beginning to align without you having to push as hard. This isn't coincidence, it's the product of steady effort meeting perfect timing. The recognition you've been hoping for, whether it's in the form of a promotion, a rise, or simply respect from the right people, is beginning to show itself. Financially, there's a distinct sense of breakthrough. It might come in the form of unexpected income, a lucrative offer, or the successful completion of a project that has been quietly building in the background. You may also encounter someone, a colleague, mentor, or even a new contact who plays a significant role in guiding you toward prosperity. This person's support could be practical, like connecting you to resources, or it could be more strategic, helping you see ways to maximize what you already have. Either way, their presence signals that you don't have to do all of this alone, and that collaboration can amplify your success without compromising your independence. The advice here is to welcome the acceleration, but remain intentional. With the Wheel of Fortune energy in your reading, change is likely to happen quickly, and not all of it will be within your control. Some doors will open because you've earned them, and others will appear unexpectedly, tempting you to leap before you've assessed the ground beneath you. This is where your current emotional clarity becomes your greatest asset. You know the difference between a genuine opportunity and a shiny distraction. Let that discernment guide every decision, especially when money is involved. If you've been feeling stuck, this period offers the chance to break free from patterns that no longer serve your growth, including outdated spending habits, undervaluing your work, or hesitating to claim what you deserve. This is not the time to play small. At the same time, it's important to avoid impulsive choices driven by the high of new success. Sustainable growth comes from a balanced approach, calculated risks, strategic planning, and a clear vision of where you want to go. In essence, Scorpio, your professional and financial world is not just improving, it's expanding. The energy now supports long-term stability if you remain grounded in your values and open to the right kind of change. Think of it as steering a ship that's finally caught the right wind. You still have to navigate, but the momentum is in your favor. This is your moment to step forward with both confidence and care, knowing that the work you've done to align your inner world is now translating into real-world success. Scorpio, and your love life. The astrology of this period points to a significant emotional reset, one that feels both liberating and sobering. The current planetary alignments are urging you to release any lingering attachments to relationships that have been defined by uncertainty, imbalance, or a mismatch in values. With the sun highlighting your sector of deeper commitments and emotional transformation, you're being encouraged to step into love from a place of self-awareness rather than longing. This isn't about closing yourself off, it's about clearing space so that the connections you allow in are aligned with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. Venus is now moving through a part of your chart that governs intimacy and shared vulnerability, which can draw passionate encounters and reignite existing bonds. But this same influence also exposes where energy has been one-sided. If you've been giving more than you're receiving, the contrast will be impossible to ignore. You may feel more inclined than usual to pull back. Assess the dynamics honestly and decide whether a relationship still deserves your emotional investment. This isn't coldness, it's clarity. And it's coming from a place of valuing your time and emotional safety. For single Scorpios, the interplay between Venus and Uranus in your chart could bring an unexpected romantic opportunity, possibly with someone outside your usual type or social circle. There's a refreshing, slightly unpredictable quality to this energy. It can bring excitement and connection when you least expect it. But it also asks you to keep your feet on the ground. If a new person enters your life now, the connection is likely to feel instantly magnetic. Yet it's essential to let it unfold naturally instead of rushing to define it. Mars, your traditional ruler, is energizing your sector of personal expression, making you more attractive to others through your confidence, independence, and authenticity. This influence strengthens your boundaries, allowing you to approach love without the need to prove yourself or seek validation. It's also a reminder that your most magnetic quality right now is your ability to be fully yourself without apology. In short, Scorpio, the cosmic climate is steering you toward relationships that are reciprocal, passionate, and anchored in mutual respect. You're no longer looking for someone to complete you, you're seeking someone who can meet you at your level and grow with you. Whether it's a deepening of an existing bond or the spark of something new, the love you attract in this phase will reflect the emotional transformation you've been undergoing. Scorpio, your health right now is closely intertwined with the deep personal transformation you've been moving through. The current astrological patterns suggest that your body is processing change just as much as your mind and emotions are, which means self-care is not optional, it's foundational. With Mars activating parts of your chart linked to vitality, energy surges are possible, but they can just as easily tip into burnout if you don't pace yourself. This is a period where balance between movement and rest will determine how well you sustain your momentum. Your physical resilience will benefit from consistent grounding habits, staying hydrated, nourishing yourself with clean RX, balanced meals, and giving your body the rest it needs will all play an important role. Meditation or gentle forms of movement like stretching, walking, or yoga can help release emotional tension stored in your muscles and nervous system. With the sun highlighting a sector connected to your overall well-being, small daily rituals can have an outsized impact, not only boosting your immunity, but also stabilizing your mood. The mental and emotional component of your health is equally important now. The moon's influence over your emotional rhythms means that any unprocessed stress can quickly translate into physical symptoms, Listening to your body's early signals, whether it's fatigue, irritability, or trouble focusing, will help you catch imbalances before they grow. Consider giving yourself intentional moments of quiet each day to check in with how you're truly feeling, rather than pushing through discomfort. Above all, Scorpio, this is a time to view health as part of your transformation, not separate from it. Every act of care you give yourself reinforces the stability you're building in other areas of your life. By protecting your energy and treating your body as an ally in this process, you're ensuring that when the next wave of opportunities arrives, you'll have the strength physically, mentally, and emotionally to meet it fully. Scorpio, the current astrological climate suggests that your personal growth is radiating outward, touching the lives of those closest to you in ways you may not fully see yet. With Jupiter influencing the areas of your chart linked to connection and shared joy, there's a wave of positive energy moving through your family and social circles. This can manifest as good news celebrations, milestones, or achievements that bring people together, strengthening the bonds that matter most. Even if there have been cracks in certain relationships, the softer aspects forming now create space for understanding, forgiveness, and a gradual healing of old wounds. Your newfound stability and confidence act like an anchor for the people around you. Family members may naturally turn to you for guidance, not because you're forcing your opinions, but because your calm presence and clear boundaries make others feel safe. You may also notice your circle expanding, whether through meeting new people who feel like chosen family or reconnecting with those who drifted away. The influence of both fire and water signs in your chart, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, and Pisces highlights the kind of connections that can bring both passion and emotional depth into your life. Balancing excitement with comfort. Your lucky numbers: white, 19, 29, 40, 51, and 62 carry the vibration of progress, alignment, and long-term stability, while your lucky color, deep crimson red, will amplify your presence and sense of empowerment in social spaces. Wearing or surrounding yourself with this shade can subtly boost your confidence and help you attract the right kind of attention. Ultimately, this is a time when the warmth you've been cultivating within yourself becomes a source of light for others, creating a network of support that will continue to grow in strength and meaning. Scorpio, as we close this reading, I want you to remember that everything happening around you right now, every shift in your relationships, every breakthrough in your work, every moment of clarity in your own heart is part of a much larger arc of transformation. The astrology of this period isn't pushing you to rush or chase. It's inviting you to stand in the space you've created for yourself and notice how different it feels to move from a place of strength rather than survival. You've been learning to trust your instincts, to filter out noise, and to honor both your boundaries and your desires without apology. That skill alone will continue to shape the path ahead in ways you can't fully imagine yet. Over the coming days, watch how your energy draws the right people, opportunities, and circumstances toward you. This isn't about luck in the shallow sense, it's about alignment. When your inner world is steady, the outer world naturally reflects that stability back to you. The conversations that matter will flow more easily. The doors you've been waiting on will begin to open. And even the challenges will feel less like obstacles and more like necessary steps toward where you want to be. In love, this is your chance to approach connection without losing yourself, to welcome passion without sacrificing peace. In work and finances, it's a moment to claim what you've earned, to recognize your own capability, and to trust that your efforts are building something lasting. In your personal life, the joy you share with family and friends will remind you that your journey isn't solitary. You are part of a network of support that grows stronger the more you invest in it. So as you step into the rest of this day, carry with you the knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be, not because everything is perfect, but because you are present, aware, and ready. Let the energy of deep crimson red surround you, reminding you of your own passion and resilience. Keep your lucky numbers close as small symbols of alignment, and let them be quiet affirmations that you are in sync with the rhythm of your own life. The universe is not asking you to be anyone else right now. Scorpio, it's asking you to be fully yourself. Trust that the growth you've earned is here to stay, and that every new beginning from this point forward will be rooted in the truth you fought to uncover. This is your season to move forward with courage, to protect your peace, and to let the life you're building speak for itself. And when you look back, you'll see that this wasn't just another day. It was the day you realized how far you've come and how ready you are for what's next.